Ooh, I could do this all day. Welcome, guys. This is the Captain America Civil War review here on the Will West Show.
Knock, knock, open up the door.
It's Will. Captain America Civil War. Oh my God, this movie is so good. I'm not trying to fanboy out on Captain America here, even though I'm a big fan of his right now. But it's so good. Everything about it. I can't wait to see it again. We kind of open up on like a mission that Cap and the crew are chasing Crossbones. Frank Grillo, that's not a huge spoiler, but I guess they've been tracking him ever since the whole SHIELD Hydra reveal and Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And they finally find him in Africa, I believe, and they're all working as a team. You can kind of see their new group dynamic. Him, Wanda, and Scarlet Witch are trying to like they're still teaching her a little bit like how she's like, oh hey, you guys know I can like just easily catch everything, and like maybe people scared of me with just like a flick of my fingers, right? And they're like, oh yeah, but you should still like learn these other techniques like looking over your shoulder. You should become second nature. And this is actually the inciting incident that kind of. This is the new version of like how Civil War starts. They find him, and Crossbones is about to take Captain America out with him and suicide bomb him, but Scarlet Witch like puts like a little ball and orb around him, and then just like tries to launch him up, and she doesn't get him high enough, and he blows up. She accidentally blows up a building, and she freaks out. Cap freaks out, and I think maybe to an extension, maybe even though Hawkeye isn't there, I think maybe wherever Hawkeye is, he hears and sees about that, and he like goes, "Oh God, like, I think I'm responsible for that," since he got her into the field and kind of encouraged her in Age of Ultron to step up and be an Avenger. Open up and get a little bit of Tony's backstory, see what he's doing right now. Thunderbolt Ross comes in, and as we saw in the previews, and says, Avengers, like, you've been going out with limited power, there's been some casualties, this and that, and these are the Sokovia Accords. You either sign them, and you can work under our parameters, or you retire, and there's no question about it. And if we catch you doing this stuff without signing this, you're a criminal of the law. And also along with that, this is also a Captain America sequel. First and foremost, I'm going to say that right now. We get some more backstory in the Winter Soldier. We see some like missions he did, some flashbacks, and just seemed like that similar to some like sleeper agents like that. Some codes read to him will just like trigger him to like do stuff or give you information. So that was kind of interesting to see what more Bucky was going through when he was the Winter Soldier. As we saw, and no, Tony goes completely for the Accords, going, "Hey, I gotta do this." And Colonel Rhodes also joins because he's a military man like Thunderbolt Ross, going like, "Hey, I've got to do this." Sam and Steve are like, "No, we can't do this." And Black Widow kind of hops on Tony's bandwagon, and Vision, being practical and logical, uses like a formula saying, "Hey, like, yeah, we cause these, yeah, there's these conflicts and we stop them, but when we do stop this, like, we strike catastrophe in the air. Like, I've got to do this." And I think he's also feeling a little bit biased because since Tony technically created him to some degree. Let's see who else. Spider-Man. Spider-Man isn't in like most of that first act. I'll just tell you that right now. But when he gets introduced, oh my God, I am so happy with this Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, you were great. Tobey Maguire was good, even though he's about maybe like 30, trying to play like 20. But I think they do that a lot with Hollywood, so I don't care. But they were good for their time. But Tom Holland, oh my God, like this reminds me of the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon from a few years ago. It was perfect. It was great. Just I don't want to spoil stuff, but some of the references he makes, just airport scene alone, just some of the stuff like just he says, and the way him and Downey Jr. Banter back between each other, I love it. He was great. You will love him. If you don't like Spider-Man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? It's Spider-Man. He's awesome. Well, I'll admit it's a little bit hard to talk about this movie without spoiling it, but there will be a spoiler video. Because even though we want to think it's Iron Man, there is a villain behind the scenes. It's Baron Zemo. If you don't know who that is, it's a main Captain America villain. They change him up a little bit. I do feel like every time we come back to him, he's a little bit wasted, or he's just like a little bit behind the scenes. Not as big as some other villains, but they've been. I think I've said it in another video, and I think just I've observed it, that the Marvel villains are kind of getting shafted here and there, and I'm not a fan of it, but at the same time, I don't know. There was just so much going on in this movie that I don't know if you could have made him completely 100% fleshed out. His motivations are clear, but I feel like if this were the real Zemo, he would be like more, I don't know, threatening, more like we'd get even more about him. It seems pretty basic, if I can be quite frank. Um, I love this movie. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5, obviously. Just keep an eye out for my spoiler video, guys. What did you guys think of Captain America Civil War? Do you stand with Cap like me, or do you stand with Iron Man? Let me know in the comments below and tell me why. Fortunately, I didn't make the 100 subscribers I wanted to make before this movie came out. But I'm fine with it. We've got almost 40. I want to give a thank you to all those people that did that. And just keep watching. I will continue to make good content like I have been. I'm continually improving and learning stuff. And just remember, guys, where there's a will, there's a way.